Let's talk about the MCU. Let's talk about my current relationship with the MCU and why I'm finding it so hard to engage with a lot of these films while absolutely loving some of the TV shows they've been putting out. I am a hater right now. I can acknowledge that, but let's unpack why. Let's open up some dialogue. If you're one of the hundreds of people in my TikTok comment section or Letterboxd comment section telling me I'm rage baiting, I implore you to listen through this video just to understand where I am coming from. The MCU has been in this weird transitional state, which isn't a bad thing. We knew that they had to move on from the Infinity Saga eventually, but it's been in this transitional state for 6 years now, and it's been a painful 6 years trying to watch this franchise find its personality again and find meaning again. The MCU used to mean something to me, and I know that might be hard to believe, but it really did. I give a lot of credit to the MCU for my love of film, and I wish you guys could have seen the emotional response this franchise got out of me in high school and college. Those highs of Infinity War, Guardians Volume 1, Winter Soldier, Iron Man, The Avengers, Thor Ragnarok, Black Panther. Those are real movies made with real creative intentions. And we've fallen so far from grace in this post-Endgame landscape, with the exception of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I really love that movie. But with each new post-Endgame release, it becomes more and more apparent that there is no cohesive plan. There is no world building or world development of any type. There is no inspiration. There is no creatively competent team of writers and directors. We've strayed so far from the days of good quality writing, intriguing narratives, and movies that actually look half decent. It's been a tough go, and recent Marvel movies have been all hype and no heart. Quantumania, the absolute bottom of the barrel, the worst of the MCU, one of the most hideous looking films I've ever seen. Deadpool and Wolverine, just an absolute mess of a film. You can feel it. You can feel it straining under the weight of two very different styles of storytelling. Deadpool's irreverent fourth wall breaking comedy versus Marvel's tightly woven, all accessible stuff. It's suffocating, and it's not funny, and it's ugly to look at, and it's entirely nostalgia bait. Reviving old characters for the sake of a cheer moment with no empathy and certainly no care. It's tough to watch. It's tough to watch them bring back characters that I used to adore and absolutely butcher them for the sake of an applause. I understand people get lost in the nostalgia and lost in the fun and the joys of seeing old characters back on screen. I understand that, but that hasn't blinded me from seeing an incredibly poorly made film. Captain America: Brave New World. This should have been a massive moment in the MCU's history, the official passing of the torch to Anthony Mackie. It should have been something impactful. It should have been something meaningful. It should have carried the weight and the vision of the Winter Soldier or Civil War. But what we were left with was half-assed, shallow, and creatively devoid garbage. And then the Thunderbolts, which I had the opportunity of watching yesterday. Marvel's Suicide Squad, another entry to the MCU that proved to be all hype, no heart. Darker, edgier anti-hero project whose final product is mostly a patchwork of ideas with no real emotional core. Potentially meaningful dialogue turned childish because Marvel has a team of uninspired and probably inexperienced writers. Half-baked, and another entry into this universe whose sole purpose is to set up the next project. We get movies like Into and Across the Spider-Verse, The Batman, Logan. We've gotten Raimi's Spider-Man 1 and 2, the Dark Knight trilogy. These are movies made by people who love these stories, love these characters, love their journeys. Movies made with clear passion, movies made with inspired thought, movies made by filmmakers and writers who understand the nuances of what they're trying to present. And then you have the MCU. Movies made for commodification, movies made to put money in Feige's pocket, movies made without a creative thought in mind, entirely for box office results and loud viral TikTok videos of middle schoolers cheering and clapping in a theater. It's funny though, because a part of me has to give credit where credit is due. Feige and the MCU have an insane chokehold on everyone. It's big 2025 and people are still defending most of this crap as if the final product isn't entirely commodification. You go from watching movies like Sinners, Furiosa, Dune Part 2, movies that are beautiful, bold, and impactful, movies that will last. And then you watch the latest Marvel Cinematic Universe release, And the difference in quality is jarring, it's off-putting. The MCU doesn't make movies right now. They make theater experiences for one-off applause. Scorsese's amusement park ride comments have never rang more true than in the current state of the MCU. But you know what? I'm in that chokehold too. These movies suck, but I'll be seated for the next release every single time. So who's the real loser here? But what's particularly interesting in this moment in time with my relationship towards the MCU is I will vocally and loudly express my love of Loki Season 2, X-Men 97, Daredevil Born Again. Fantastic displays of Marvel storytelling, emotional themes of time and identity and purpose and free will. It's meaningful, it's not gimmicky, it's not shallow. Loki Season 2 has us asking questions like, who am I if not what I was created to be? X-Men 97 and the way it's looking at trauma and leadership and power and death. It's mature, it's real, it's something I'm able to connect with. Some of Marvel's boldest writing in years. And just recently, Daredevil Born Again, an awesome comeback. The grit, it's grounded, it's morally complex. These aren't just good Marvel shows, they're just good shows in general. And it has me wondering, it has me baffled. Where is that quality of writing? Where is that inspired writing in our films? Where is that writing in Thunderbolts and Brave New World and Deadpool and Wolverine? That's the rant. I just kind of wanted to come on here and clear up my current relationship with the MCU. I'm still looking for a win. I'm tired of being a hater. I'm tired of the response I get when Marvel drops a bad project and I vocalize my disappointment. It's not rage bait. It's just how I feel. I'm still very much looking forward to Fantastic Four, and hopefully I'm not just setting myself up with failure the way I did with Thunderbolts.